Nigga with it for Tommy and Cole. You motherfuckers show tired.
Hold on, nigga.
First of all,
I go to work, nigga.
You don't got no job. You be bullshitting that.
that ain't my fault. And I got a job. This is every Thursday.
Anyways.
Good day, good people. This is the Holla the Truth podcast, brought to you by yours truly, Holla the Truth. Giving you the truth for the future, the present, and the past. But I gotta ask, can you handle it?
What the fuck is up? Back at it again with my brothers. Leautry, you remember him from the first episode?
What's
my
happening?
boy Ant. What's up with y'all, man? How y'all feeling today?
Tired as shit.
Tired than a
For a nigga with it for Tommy and Cole. You motherfuckers show tired.
Hold on, nigga.
First of all,
I go to work, nigga.
You don't got no job. You be bullshitting that.
that ain't my fault. And I got a job. This is every Thursday.
Everybody in the audience knows damn well you ain't got no job, man.
Anyways.
I just sleep.
So they kind of got your background, but give them a little background on yourself, Mr. Bruner.
Me or him?
Yeah, you.
They remember me? No, they probably don't. Fuck. My mind went blank.
You don't know who you are,
You don't know itself.
which is perfect for today's episode.
Oh shit.
Whoa.
Leautry from Oakland, 35. Go by Lee.
Not your black profile, bro. Just
You said about me. I'm
Nigga, that sound like a whole Tinder, bro.
God, I think what are you on?
shit.
Hell
Ball,
no.
personal train. We're working on our business.
There you go.
That's about it.
Start from start. No, you got to start somewhere.
Yep.
Why not start from start?
There we go. Thirsty in the motherfucker.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
My turn.
Yes, sir. Who are you? The people don't know you yet.
Anthony.
35.
Oh, you want me to do more? All right, I got you. Anthony, 25, Oakland, California. Like to bowl, snowboard, roller skate. People know me as Prince. Doing bullshit jobs, trying to start my career. Nothing really.
That sounds good. Shit. We all bullshit a little bit. So this is like my Father's Day edition. We all kind of don't have our fathers here with us no more. So I wanted to bring y'all together and kind of get some insight and help some people that may be going through it now or gonna go through it in the future. And kind of give a little insight to who we are and how we've made it to where we are with one another, with life in general, and with our own children. So I appreciate y'all for showing up. It might get a little heavy in here, but we all jokesters, so we'll figure it out. My first question, I guess, is like, what happened to your pops? I don't know if y'all want me to answer first. I was really gonna go last on all the questions.
All right, I can go. My father passed away from, he had pneumonia and an asthma attack from what I was told.
At the same time.
At the same time, yeah. So the story that I was told is that he was laying at the house. So my youngest brother, who's now 19, I think he is.
Damn, that's your youngest?
My youngest, yeah.
You hella.
Shit. But yeah, my youngest brother, who's at the time, I think he was like 4 or 5 years old. Dang. Wait. Yep. Because I was 21 when my father passed. He was laying in the house. He was laying there with my brother and his mom, my brother's mom. Asked her to call the hospital. I guess they went up to the hospital. At the time, he did not have, his insurance got relapsed because he was working. And then he ended up going back in. So he ended up losing the job that he had. So he didn't end up having his insurance. So they end up turning him away. He got back home. laid down and told her to call the ambulance. That's how you say it, right?
Ambulance.
Yeah, he asked him to call the ambulance, and next thing I know, I heard that he started foaming and passed,
Welcome to
laying there in the
America.
house.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have insurance, so they let you die.
Hey, when I tell y'all, I be worried about having to be John Q sometimes. But we gonna get into that.
No, hey, for
Oh
real,
God, though, like
that
nigga,
nigga
what?
didn't do enough for me.
Oh God. So what about you, brother?
Um, my dad, passed away from 2 gunshot wounds to the head, as well as getting
descriptive.
ran over
Damn.
from the shooting. Yeah, he fought for about maybe another 3-4 hours. Hospital was hectic. I almost beat up a nurse because she told me he was doing good.
Mm.
Bitch, fuck the board. We need a doctor. He's bleeding to death over there.
Yeah, it's really like that's all I can give you. I mean, if you want my backstory on the day when it happened, but
You
that's
good?
it.
That was pretty much. So what was your initial feelings?
Oh hell, on camera.
Sounds good. What about your after feelings? Like after you were able to get control of the emotional aspect of it.
It just is a fuck. Like for me, it's like shit don't really hit me until it's like you can't communicate with that person no more. Like you want to call that person for something, and it's like you can't. Like that's when shit hit me because I mean, you go through life day to day, and I didn't talk to my dad daily. It's more like every 2-3 days type shit because we both had lives, we both was moving around a lot and shit like that. But like something happened, like I shit, that was my diary. At the end of the day, something happened, I'm calling him. Something happened with him, he calling me. So like for something to happen, and then for the realization that it's him, and like you can't call and like talk about it or even vent about it or nothing like that. That's the shit that always get me. So I just for me, I just try not to think about it. Like it's there regardless, but I just try not to think about it like too deep into it. So my initial my after feelings was like can't talk to him. Shit, like you gotta figure out another way.
I don't know if that's a feeling, but all right. Do you remember your initial feelings?
Yeah,
Your story
mine
a little
was
different.
mine was when it
Don't
first
say the
happened.
part I know you want to say yet because I'm gonna get there.
Yeah. My initial, I didn't believe it was true because he was 42,
Jeez.
Damn.
You know it's crazy.
and that's gonna be me in 6 years. That's the part. And he was 42.
Bookmark that.
Yeah. First of all, I still got until October until I turned 36, and then when I turned 36,
T
I
thing
got
what? Oh my, I'm sorry. You're not telling me. I'm sorry.
But my initial was I didn't believe it, and so I picked up my phone and I called him. Like that was my initial, and then he didn't. Well, of course he didn't answer, but nobody answered the phone, and then I called again, like not believing it, because of course you like he was saying like you until you can't communicate with the individual, you don't really know. So I didn't believe it, and then I didn't even cry. No emotions. I don't think I even cried until his wake, and I was like weeks later. But the initial, I didn't. I immediately went numb. I didn't know if it was true, if it was not, if it was a prank or whatnot. Even though I know my grandma ain't gonna play a prank on me like that. Well, she could have, but not in that aspect. But yeah, my whole feelings behind it is just nothing.
No. To sum it up. Well, my father, he got murdered when I was 4. I believe 1 shot to the head. Somebody broke in his house. he got home, he seen his door was open, grabbed his gun. For some reason, his best friend stayed in the car or outside. He went in and got shot. Still unsolved. People keep trying to tell me they know who it was, but you know, that's he say, she say at this point. I don't bother with the idea no more. It was 30 years ago. Excuse me.
Bless you.
See, when I get to thinking about bullshit, that happens. But yeah, it just my initial feelings I can't fucking remember. I was 4. Only thing I do remember is like going to the hospital and then saying that I couldn't go back there to see him. I do remember that for some reason. Obviously, it was traumatic, but growing up, my feelings were kind of like I was bitter towards him, not realizing it wasn't even his fault. But like the Tupac, when he said something about his dad, I always held on to that until I was getting ready to turn the age that he died. I think he was 23. I was about to turn 24 because it was the age he didn't make it to. And I was just sitting in my car thinking, and I was like, damn, it's not his fault, bro. And from that moment on, my idea about it was completely different. You know, I still kind of wonder, but that's neither here nor there. You know, I can't figure out the past. We'll try, but I'm still managing through it for the most part. I don't remember my last conversation with him. I don't remember my last words to him. This thought had just came this year, actually. I was wondering what the fuck was the last thing I said to him or he said to me. Like, what was, at 4 years old, what was the last conversation that I ever got to have with him? And I'll never know. And I can try to write it off like, oh, we told each other we loved each other. But that, I don't think is ever going to suffice. Do you remember your last conversation?
Last conversation. I used to, so context. I used to play video games professionally. I was in the middle of a tournament.
My nigga Kevin.
Ready to get embarrassed? Don't get cocky now.
And I was at home. He called me and told me to meet him at his job because we was supposed to meet up that day. I told him that, you know, one of my friends, we had placed in a tournament that we didn't know about, so we had to do the second round of the prelims. So I just meet him at home unless he want to stay up there, or I can meet him somewhere else. Big mistake. So he went to the house, and he called me again when he was at the store where he got shot at. Basically asked me like when was I gonna be on my way down there, and at that point, I was finishing the prelims, like literally about to turn off my game, and I was like, I'm gonna be down there probably in like 5-10 minutes. Got up, turned the game off, and he was like, all right, well, don't take too long because, you know, the place closed at 9. Context, it was about 7:34 at that time. I think that's the time. 7:34, 7:33. He was like, don't take too long, the place closed at 9. I'm like, I'm not. He said he loved me. I said, I love you. 5 minutes later, I'm getting a phone call from a childhood friend saying that my dad just got shot. So that was my last words with him. Thankfully.
You remember your last words or conversation?
Yeah, too vivid. Last conversation I had with my dad was the day after my birthday. I had just turned 21. And at that age, I was selfish as shit. Like, I can agree 100%. All I really thought about was kind of what I wanted in life, and then not really thinking about everybody else's feelings. So I remember the day after my birthday, he called me. Mind you, I was in my feelings because he didn't call me on the date of my birthday, but I didn't know why. And of course, I didn't ask why because I was so into myself. But he called me the day after, having small conversation, talking about what I did for the day, what I had planned coming on for the week. And I was blowing off the whole conversation because I was selfish. In my head, I was like, well, why didn't you call me for my birthday? Why didn't you tell me happy birthday? I just turned 21. I'm your oldest son. Like, that's the thoughts that I had. And then I told him a lie to get off the phone because I was being selfish. And he was like, all right, son, well, I'll talk to you later. I love you. And I was like, bye. And hung up. And that was the last conversation that I had with him. Mind you, he died 20 days later
Oh, damn.
from my 21st birthday.
My dad died a month after my 4th birthday.
A month before my 21st.
Damn. More similar than I thought. Huh?
Yeah.
I have to be conscious of that. Months before and months after, man. Cool. What's your best memory?
I got so many of those.
Your best is the top one.
Well, it's difficult because
You have multiple favorites. Your best.
well, so I only had my dad for 21 years, right? And so out of the 21 years, I think I only got to spend time with him for 10, maybe 11 years because he was in and out of jail. And then for years, I didn't know where he was. So it was like, I mean, it was a couple of them. Like, I had like two favorites. So my dad and I, we both played baseball. And so he played in the adult league in Sacramento. And like my favorite memories with him was always when we go to the park and throw a ball, hit the ball. When they won a title, I was standing there to take a picture. Like there was a lot of them. Like a lot of those are the ones that I cherish because baseball was my favorite sport. But then my most favorite one was when I was telling him that I was going to go out of country to travel for a karate tournament. And the look on his face was that my son can do something that I can never do because he couldn't travel out of the country. And the look on his face of excitement and I want you to do this, I want you to do that. But I remember that look of I want you to conquer more of the world than I can or will be able to. And I remember that because I was working at Wells Fargo at Rockridge in Oakland.
Right.
I got my drink right here.
I was letting you get through it.
Yeah, I remember that because I was working at Wells Fargo in Rockridge in Oakland and I was only 20. And next thing I know, I'm getting phone calls from everybody in the family. Oh, you about to go here, you about to go there, take pictures, do this, do that. And it was just weird to have someone that was so excited about me being able to do something because my mom didn't have the same excitement. But then again, my mom was able to do the stuff that I was able to do. So it was just different of me not having him as much in my life, but then seeing the excitement that he was so excited about what his son was able to do.
What about you? Best memory. Not all 16 of them.
It wasn't 16.
Best memory.
God, I'm dead.
You know.
Shut up.
I was going to delete it, but now I got to keep it.
My best memory.
Fuck y'all. God damn it.
Oh, shit.
That'll probably have to be high school graduation. My dad didn't graduate. Poor choices led me to almost not graduate.
It's right there with you, brother.
So me pushing through at the last second to be able to walk the stage with my class and everything. That was, I want to say that was the first time I seen him cry happy. I've only seen my dad cry 3 times. And that was the first time I seen like a happy cry. And it was just like, that day was about me, but for me, that day was about him because he was in prison when I did my 8th grade promotion walk, graduation promotion, whatever you call it. When I did that walk, he was in prison. So he really only got to see the video of it and the pictures from it. So and at that point in high school, I didn't really care about walking the stage. I was just like, they can mail me my diploma. Like, I'm never home anyway, for real. So they can mail me mine, but it was just some fact that I wanted to walk the stage and give him that experience. Because at that point, I didn't know whether or not I was going to go to college or not. So that was kind of like, that was my happiest moment because even though it was about me and he made it about me, it was about him for me. And so that nigga was at my house at 6:30. I ain't never seen that nigga up that early in a day in my life. And he lived in Oakland. I lived in Antioch. That nigga was at my door at Antioch, 6:32. I still got the text message saying that I'm outside.
That's what's up.
Oh, shit.
For me, the only memories that I actually have of my dad, and I don't even know if they're real memories, they just all I have to hold on to at this point. But one, I was about to get in the shower, and like I guess I still had my drawers on. He was like, "You finna get in the shower with your drawers on?" So it gotta be real. I don't know where I just come up with that idea, but exactly. So you know, I guess I'm gonna just have to hold on to that and believe it's real because it sounds very realistic. And the other memory was, you know, my dad was one of them niggas, so he had his you don't remember, but the little Jeep Wagoneer with the wood grain on the side. They tried to come back out with it, but you wouldn't know what I'm talking about right now.
Shut up.
And
Let y'all have a joke.
he was at the
Get out of jail free card, nigga.
he was at the little spot where people did they shit, and Easy Mart. If you're from Denver and kind of old nigga like me, you know what that is. But he was parked outside of there. I was sitting in the car, and he was outside on his big gray cell phone.
Damn.
Right. Again, I don't know if that's an all the way memory, but I hold on to it because up until my cousin sent me videos of him, that's all I had. So I've never got to really hear my dad's voice. I never got to see him interact. But my cousin Ashley, shout out to Ashley, she sent me a video of him and my mom when they were teenagers. My great uncle and aunts and them, they had cameras or whatever, they was recording them, and they put the camera on my dad, and he did some shit that I would do. And it was crazy because, you know, I only had 4 years with him. But everybody tells me I act just like him, I run like him, I done said a joke that he done said before, just all the little shit that you didn't know you picked up on so early, you pick up on. Even like just my charisma as a person, that trickles down. Like I see it with my son. everybody said I was the same type of nigga, like never too many enemies. I really don't have enemies again, unless it's about a bitch.
Yeah.
I keep reiterating that for you niggas. Get out your feelings. But yeah, like I don't really, I never really have enemies. I don't know if you don't like me, you probably watching it because you don't like me. But you know, so just to pick up on characteristics that you didn't know, like some of this shit is just in your DNA. Cause I don't know how my son got it, but he got it. Like whatever was instilled, it gotta be DNA. Cause he's just different, and it's very obvious when he's around his little classmates and stuff. But yeah, like I said, I don't. Them is my only two memories of this thing. But I hold on to them. That's all I got, man. Except for the videos I've seen. Um. So how do you feel like not having a father has held you back, or motivated you? If you don't feel like it's held you back.
Younger, I didn't really make a lot of decisions for myself. I kind of really based it off like the judgment from my parents. I was one of those up until about
Validation.
yeah, up until about 12. About 12,
How old was you when he passed?
20.
You said that already, didn't you? Yeah, right before your 21st birthday.
Up until about 12, but even with starting to make decisions for myself, I always ask for a second opinion because everybody has a different outlook than you. So with losing him, it kind of set me back in terms of like I didn't have kind of like that partner. Like I said, like he was my diary, but he was also my best friend. And I say, talk about everything, talk about everything. So it was like making decisions like going to school, moving, traveling, just was certain and just like Lee stated with his dad, my dad couldn't travel neither. From going to jail and his felonies and everything, internationally at least. But I always just used to check in with him, like, should I do this when I go out there? Should I do that when I go out there? Just different questions and shit. So it was I was kind of lost for probably like 2 years after he died. But I'm slowly getting back to being able to do what I need to do and make the decisions that I need to make in a timely fashion.
You know, Trey, you may think I'm being hard on you right now, but I'm not. What I'm doing is I'm trying to teach you how to be responsible. It's like your little friends across the street, they don't have anybody to show them how to do that. They don't. You're gonna see how they end up, too.
About you.
I actually held on to words that he told me. I remember I forgot. I think I was going to Sac City playing baseball. And I remember it vividly
He was
because
at Sac City playing with balls. Got it.
I heard Sac City too. I was trying to tell you. See, he said we were gonna be nice. I'm trying to be nice.
I was at Sacramento City College
There you
playing
go.
college baseball.
Cause Sac City playing baseball is crazy.
Right.
Playing balls on bases.
I was at Sacramento City College playing baseball, and he came up there for a practice, and I think we went to the store, and my dad smoked. He sold weed, so he smoked, and because I was damn near, I wasn't the same height because he was 6'1", but he seen me as older, and he had hit the blunt. But he had hit the blunt, and he had handed it, thinking he was handing it to one of his partners. And he looked, and then he realized it was me. Mind you, he just rolled it, like just sparked up. Threw it on the ground, stepped on it, and he was like, "Be like me, but don't be like me." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "Take some of me, but don't take the things that I've done wrong, but do the things that I've done right." And so I still, like, after a while, like, I didn't understand it. But then when he passed, I realized what he meant was like his trade, and he was a mechanic. So my dad, I swear, he was one that didn't sit still. If he was in the house, he was asleep, and if he wasn't asleep, he was out somewhere making some type of money, taking care of some business, always hustling, always moving. And I realized that that's what he was talking about. Like, make positivity out of the things that, you do. Be a people person. Respect the relationships that you have, right? Honor the people that is close to you, because you never know when you might need them in the future, right? Because you might be down in some shit, and that person that you might need to call that is around the corner, you don't feel comfortable calling. It's like, but you never should feel uncomfortable making a phone call if you've never harmed a relationship. So
That's the gym right there for the show.
yeah, and so with that, I've always, huh?
This nigga's a nerd.
You said what?
I'm calling. I'm just letting you know, nigga. Good or bad terms, nigga.
Yeah, but it's more of a getting a yes when it's on good terms than it is on bad. And so I've always tried to treat people with the same.
I'm calling regardless. You niggas understand. I don't give a fuck, nigga.
But
Call it regardless.
with me not having them there,
That shit to the side.
it made me think about the words and the things that he told me a lot more. What's the word? More in depth, should I say? So when I now make choices, I understand it's like, hey, is this a choice that's going to make or break a relationship? And then what it's going to take with my career. So I think on a other podcast, I said that my father was a mechanic, so he always worked on cars. And next thing you know, I had my kid and I was working at Tesla. And I didn't realize that I was working on cars, and that's exactly what his masterpiece was working on cars. And then
You okay?
I'm good, Dad.
I'm real proud of you, son.
I didn't realize that my dad also loved bowling. So if he wasn't playing baseball, he was also bowling. And then,
interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
My grandpa fucked with bowling. I don't know if my dad was a fucking kid when he died. So it's your age. Sheesh. Well, he wasn't even that age. 23.
Mm-hmm.
So he never really even got to experience life. Not to cut you off, it just came to mind.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's anything you missed from like having a father? Like mine
100%.
personally, it was kind of like the shit I get to do with my son now. Like baseball game, basketball, football, watching him play sports. Like my dad didn't get to live through none of that. He didn't get to see none of that or coach through none of that. And I was going hard for that shit because I realized like I never got to do none of that. Like one of my proudest dad moments was getting my son a foul ball at one of the A's game and just seeing his first fucking A's game at that. Something about this little nigga is just, I'm telling you, bro. His first A's game, we get a foul ball. To this story, he got the ball. People, oh, you got a ball. My dad got it for me. And so I was juiced. Like that shit just melted my little heart. First hockey game.
You got a pup.
Yeah, he gets a puck. Who gets a fucking hockey puck? Like the puck flew over the thing. We weren't even there yet. We sitting in some seats that we shouldn't have been sitting in. But he was just hella animated. My son's very animated. He just loves sports. He's, what are you doing? Go there. He just running, and dude in front of us was like, man, I waited 30-something years for this. But I love his energy. And just gave him the hockey puck. Crazy. Like, I don't understand it. What he be going on. Every hockey game we've been to, he's been on the Jumbotron. Like, how? People go to hockey games all the time. Ain't never seen a Jumbotron. This nigga is 3 for 3. I don't know how.
He just daddy's son.
30 years waiting on a hockey puck to come over the glass and gave it to my son.
Too selfish for that.
Janky.
Because he calling.
Janky.
Dude, 30 years. Nah, fuck all that. Let's
the
pinpoint
cold part
this.
is we didn't know he had it. He
Exactly.
pulled it out of his pocket.
Exactly. That mean that nigga was really sitting there thinking. That shit wouldn't have got past the second thought for me. Like, that nigga was sitting there like, should I do it like this, little man? It's amazing. I'm gonna be like, this nigga turned up. My shit's still in my pocket. 30 years, nigga. Niggas don't even live to 30. We talk about this right now.
Facts.
And you waited 30 years for a souvenir. Clearly for a sport that you come to a lot.
Yeah.
And you gave that shit up. Couldn't be me. I'm happy for your son. Couldn't have been fucking me. I'm sorry. That was a rant. My
Is
bad.
there any moments you feel like you missed?
I miss a lot. Because like I said, my dad was in and out of jail. So,
No, we didn't pass.
After he died.
oh, after?
Yeah. The mic and I.
Right. Can't think straight.
I mean, yeah, because
Yeah.
with me now being a father, even though he got all boys and I got all girls, I still believe that there's questions that I wanted to ask him that I couldn't ask. I can't think of them now because years has gone by, but but I do believe that there was a lot of questions that I would want to ask when my oldest daughter was born to understand like how he dealt with situations of having like a newborn.
Nigga.
I'm going through it right now.
Nigga, tell me about it. I'm sorry. Listen, go ahead, brother. I got something for that shit too.
Yeah,
Nigga.
questions of how to deal with having a newborn, how to deal with not being with the child's mom, how all the questions that you can think of that you would probably ask your parents because you got kids. I would have for sure asked my dad.
What about you, brother? Obviously, you agree with that.
Listen, man. First off, because I just know how, like, I know how my dad is, and it's like I feel like I missed out on just not even me. Like I just missed out on witnessing it. But I feel like my son is missing out on just an amazing grandpa. Don't get me wrong. My stepdad is amazing. I love him to death. Shout out Reggie. And then he also got his mom's, huh?
Reggie, you?
Shut the fuck up. Then he also got his mom's dad, Vic, which is amazing as well. Reminds me of my dad in so many different ways. But I just realistically, I don't think I would have seen my son as much. Like I would have had to cut my dad off a little bit because he was that type of person. Like, nigga, drop him off. He stay the night. I don't work nights, nigga. He stay the night, this and that. So I feel like my son missed out on that. But me, I feel like I missed out on a bowling coach.
Your dad bowled too?
That nigga was amazing.
Oh, wow.
What happened to you?
Gotcha, bitch.
I'm sorry, I had to. I owed you that one. I for sure owed you that one.
I ain't have a coach, nigga.
That's the one right there. Neither did we.
I ain't started bowling till like 2 years after.
He got you on that one.
He
brother.
got me home. He got me bad with that one.
It came from left field.
Man, that shit came from the bullpen. Nah, but a bowling coach, shit. Lifetime fucking mentor, which he already was. Like, I feel like my son's missing out on more than I'm missing out on, realistically. Like, I got amazing years with him, even with his years that he was in jail. I got amazing years with him.
That's not horrible. Respect the hell out of that.
But it's just like, nigga, my son missing out on knowing who that is. Like, that nigga was amazing. Fucking weirdo, but I mean, look at me.
What?
But he was a fucking amazing father. And I just knew he would have been an amazing grandfather. So, probably even more. You know, they get soft when they get old. That nigga was like
Right.
41. So,
Damn. He was 41 too?
yeah, you close, nigga.
How do you fill that void Of him being gone.
I got two amazing father figures in my life. I just named them Reggie and my girl dad Vic. Amazing. Can call them for anything. And I mean anything. Fucking great wisdom. Sometimes they fucking weirdos too, but great wisdom.
Everybody's weird.
Yeah, I mean,
In their own little unique way.
yeah, nobody should ever take like unless I say it with conviction. I don't think anybody should ever take me calling them weird as a
Using vocab words. It's crazy conviction. What about you, brother?
Oh,
He cut me off because I use a good word. Oh shit!
how did I feel?
Like I was saying though. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, finish.
No.
If I don't say it with conviction, you shouldn't take it as offense. That's all I was gonna say.
We knew where you was going with it, brother.
Weird ass nigga.
I drifted to
You know how to drift?
yeah, when I can't walk straight. No, but I'm using vocab words too.
Yep, use them. Use them on his ass. Yeah.
I mean, even though I've already had these individuals in my life,
Individuals. That's nice.
you tried to get me back because you suck at bowling.
No. I don't suck.
Control it now.
That's crazy. Wait a minute.
He hella trolling right now.
Wait a minute.
Saucy about
Suck
the
is
vocab.
a crazy term.
Okay, you're not as amazing as your father.
There we go. Oh, well, I suck compared to that nigga. Wait a minute. If we compare it, no, I'm talking about y'all.
I wasn't talking about to me.
Yeah, I was saying I don't suck compared to these niggas.
No. But fuck, what was I saying?
Got evidence.
I wanna hear this shit. Your little 800.
Video.
For the times my father was not there,
Right.
I had my uncle Wayne, my martial art instructor, Master Fromm, and also I called him Dad, which was my mom's boyfriend when I was a
thought you was
kid.
gonna say a martial arts instructor. Oh my god!
That nigga kicked you hell hard.
No,
Daddy.
but no, when I was a kid, I think I met him when I was like 3 or 4 years old, and he was there for a lot of the years that my father was not around. I still talk to him occasionally. He's in Texas, but he's another one. And then now it's my mom's husband. So I give him calls or end up calling my mom, and she puts him on the phone. And we have, conversations or ask questions about things. But my biggest one was always between my Uncle Wayne and my martial art instructor.
What's his name again?
Who?
The martial arts instructor.
Master Fromm?
From?
Fromm. Frohm.
From.
Mm-hmm.
I could have swore this nigga said Master Prom. So that's
No.
why I had to ask.
That's crazy.
No, I was in the Middle East. You probably seen the school though.
Vocabulary. Clarification. It's always needed.
Salty about that.
What
My
about you?
void, filling voids. I mean, I grew up calling my sister's dad after, it made sense. I had to been about 5 or 6 at that point because my sister wasn't here, but my dad was gone. So yeah, I had to been about 5 or 6. Yeah, that was who I looked up to as a father for the most part. In some ways, I always kind of looked, no disrespect or discredit to this man, but I always kind of not wanted to be like him when I was growing up. Not saying that he's a bad person or anything. It just wasn't the idea that I had of myself as a potential man. And then my mom's current husband, wisdom, yeah, definitely a go-to. He was very intelligent, vocab word.
Tier 2.
But as the as the time went on, I kind of really lost connection with both of them, and now, no.
That was a good one.
And now, I meet a lot of wise older folks bowling. We got some bowling folk, not your old ass,
I was about to say.
older than you,
Okay.
but like Uncle Tone and Jerry and Keith and
When they ain't talking shit.
Scott and all them fellas.
Oh man.
They usually
Todd.
come after they win. Because when you
Yeah.
beat them,
Reggie.
they don't really want to talk no like
Yeah.
shit like that. They be ready to go and whoop they ass. But when they whoop your ass, then they be like, you know what?
They won't let
I
you
like
get
you,
that.
young fella. That's where I start. Every time.
But yeah, I see them men as some men that, if I could have replaced my dad, them would have been some men that I could have got some real manly game from, I guess. So shout out to them. Shout out to the father figures that were around me. Y'all didn't necessarily show me what you needed to show me, but you showed me what I didn't want to be. This is the Holla the Truth podcast. I gotta be real. So yeah, that was how I filled my void and women, I guess. Yeah, we ain't gonna get into that though. I think I've talked a lot about that. So how has this affected you as a parent? You, because you're a little bit more experienced as a parent.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
My God.
Oh, that's.
Like not having a father around?
Yeah.
Not knowing who to call because like it's I can't even figure out the words to say it, but like you know how when
No vocabulary.
this guy. But it's like I can't even express it because it's how when you have an issue and you would call that parent, not being able to call that parent, and so even though they always say it's like how you parent your kids is how you parent your kids, like can't nobody tell you you're parenting them wrong, but sometimes I just want guidance of what you would do in the situation. Like I can call and ask my mom, but that's a woman's point of view from my mother and not getting a male point of view from my own father. So I think it makes me more so of if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. Like trial and error. But it made me look at my kids differently and made me appreciate them more because they might get to that age and I might end up feeling the same way that they did when they get to that age and looking at me like I could be going at any moment by accident and not knowing. And knowing that I'm getting to that age is like kind of crazy.
You up there?
You got some years, brother. Don't worry about it. A couple decades. What about you? How's it affected you as a parent?
I honestly try to model after him. Like I said, I was glued to my dad's hip, growing up and everything. So, for me, I try to model as best as I can after him. The way that I looked up to my dad and the way I always wanted to be around my dad and always wanted to do everything with my dad. And even if I couldn't do it with him, I always wanted to notify him about what I was doing. That's just what I want to be, that parental figure for my son. I want to be that father figure for my son. And hopefully, we can reciprocate the same lifestyle that me and my dad had. That's really the best way to put it.
Mine is not so much on my dad. I mean, I guess with my son, kind of prepping him for when I'm no longer here, prepping him for my demise, tier 3. But the main thing, I don't need that. The main thing is, allowing the opportunity to be a friend as well as his dad. I'm a little strict with him, but at the same time, I still let him know I'm a friend. And I want him to grow up knowing that he can come to me for anything. Like you said, like I'm learning from y'all with y'all's pops, you know. You got any advice for somebody that was like dealing with this? Maybe I'll see this later and be dealing with it.
Don't take it out on the people that's trying to surround themselves around you. Biggest thing I can say is take the time to learn how to vocalize what you want and what you need and what you don't. And sometimes if you need it on Monday, you might not need it on Tuesday. It's really just knowing how to vocalize that, because if people are there for you, they're there for you. Pushing them away ain't gonna do shit but backfire on you later on. You don't want to do that. So that's my only advice.
That was real. I like that.
Don't be afraid to tell someone you love them, even if you're upset with them. Because we can be all up in our feelings, but you never know. It can be that last conversation that you don't know if you ever talk to them again. So it's all right to tell another man or whoever it is that you talk to that you love them, because you know that might be the one thing that ended up saving them that day from doing something that could end up being the last day of their life.
Peace up on that. Yes. Let's just talking to the gentleman. Stop with that whole little y'all being weird about telling a nigga that you care about that you love him, bro. That's even more that, because I don't know if you get flagged for it. That's a little more that
Where you at?
than what you think that is. It's not that serious, bro. Just tell somebody that you care about them. It's that simple. There's multiple ways you can say it. Like, that should be weird. That should be so weird, and it make you look a little more
That
colorful.
So after your demise, what's the legacy you want to leave for your son?
I'm funny as fuck. Hey, you can get anywhere with a laugh and a smile, brother. Anywhere with a laugh and a smile, bro. That's the only thing. I just want my son to know that at the end of the day, I cared about him. I've always put him first. After about 3 months of his life, I always put him first after that. I will tell the truth, right? That's what it is, yeah. But, like, just to know that I always put him first. I love him past death. And that your dad was just a funny, cool ass nigga. Like, same way. I ain't had no enemies. That's just about a bitch. I don't deal with that no more because I love my girlfriend. So, yeah. Niggas know. I'll say it again.
I only laugh because I'm single.
He trying to get some first off. First off, I ain't no bald headed hoe. Because I definitely get braided by her. Shout out to Autumn Styles, you feel me?
You feel me?
I don't ever show my braids on here because you always see the front of me, but she go crazy. Skits. Like, she does that shit.
Yeah, and this nigga be wanting somebody come say good morning. Like, nigga, get your ass up.
Okay. Fair enough, grandson. You got it.
Legacy, I want to leave.
Speaking to you.
Legacy, I want to leave is always be a people person, not a people pleaser, but a people person. And to me, people pleaser and people person is two completely different things.
Great elaboration. Tier 4.
Because communication, like you said, is always key, even though I've had my trial and tribulation with communication. But communication is key, building that relationship, building that rapport, and doing your best to keep the correct doors open. Not all doors, but the correct doors that could lead to any type of bright future. So that's something that I'm trying to pursue and promote.
My legacy, I just want my son to know his dad was somebody. Even now, just like going out, we damn near be anywhere with him and his brother, and I always know somebody or somebody always knows me. So just that legacy of knowing, like, people fucked with my dad. People knew my dad. People loved my dad. Just the fact that he can see that, and even just like with my music and the podcast and whatever else I do going from here, it's visual representation of who his dad was to people, and to inspire him to leave a similar legacy for what comes after him.
I like niggas like you because I be avoiding niggas in public. Dead ass.
Yeah, how do we beat?
Wait, who are you?
What's
again?
crazy is we met talking
How did
shit.
you get here? No.
We met talking shit to each other. We didn't even know each other. We just at a tournament talking shit to
I don't
each
gotta
other
know you to call you
just
weak.
for no. Yeah,
That's hella funny.
I had better scores than him. That
He
day.
did. He absolutely did. However, in the beginning, I don't gotta know you to talk shit to you. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you know, I appreciate you fellas for getting vulnerable, even though we threw our little shit out there so we could not get so spicy.
Yeah, I ain't crying on camera.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I don't know you niggas like that.
But yeah, I want to give you guys your flowers for pulling up on me and being able to have this conversation. Hopefully, it helps somebody that's going through it, gonna go through it. Maybe even our kids someday.
God forbid.
I mean,
I hope
It's the
my
only
kids
thing
don't go
was-
through it.
I hope they don't go through. I hope my kids don't go through what I went through with early death. Like,
yeah,
that's like, man. Listen, sorry if you see this down the line. If I'm past 65, nigga, move on.
I ain't even gonna hold you on that. That's some real shit
I
though.
done lived a few lives already, nigga. If I'm past 65, that mean I done slowed down, kept that pace, and eventually jumped off the cliff, nigga. At the end of the day, I was amazing. Just keep it moving. I gave you my last name.
Yeah. Once again, appreciate you fellas. We'll have to do one of these again. I'll figure out another topic we can jump on. But for now, this is the Holla the Truth podcast, giving you the truth for the future, the present, and the past. But I gotta ask, can you handle it?